Clinton says it takes a village. The big government communist model fails when there are too many people to take care of. It's not sustainable. At least many communists have figured out what we don't seem to care as progressives. We'll just keep taxing the wealthy and taking their money away to give to people to support the family. And I know this sounds like it's just. Tax the rich, take the money that they have, give it to the poor people. But that's not why people earn a living. You're supposed to be personally responsible. The president says fend for yourself. Yeah, it's called being an adult. If you can't take care of yourself, what makes you think you're in the best position to bring little people into the world? Now, why do you think illegals want to come here and have kids? Because they get free stuff. It's as simple as that. As long as we keep giving it out, they'll keep coming here and they'll keep collecting. Here's the other thing. All this social welfare spending does, it makes the government daddy. That's not to say that women don't lose husbands to war or cancer or something else. Some women choose to kick their husbands out because they're dirtbags. But it seems like more and more the dad is no longer necessary anymore because the government becomes dad and provides for the family. To be fair, big government is giving fathers an easy way out. I am not freeing the guys on this one. I mean, why should they stick around and try to make a situation work? The mothers don't need them to. But what's really happening is the government is destroying a societal mechanism that has worked for centuries by replacing fathers with a check from government. See, this is my wedding ring. I chose to get married, and I chose to have children. I made the decision to provide for my family. I didn't sign up to pay for everyone else's kid. Again, I'm not blaming the children. This utopia the government thinks it's creating is not utopian. It simply doesn't work. It's impossible and unsustainable. Try adding that up in your calculator, Bill Clinton. Or better yet, explain how that's fair to the taxpayer. And if you want an example, take a look at the Octomom. Oh, I know, guys. I can't believe I'm using this as an example. I'm not advocating that you go read TMZ, but that is the definition of a welfare queen. Because she purposely had children she could not afford. 14 of them. 14. How is she ever going to be able to pay for them? She's not good at anything. And even if she got some job, how much is it going to pay her? 14 kids. She's famous for having a lot of kids. That's it. That's all she's ever going to be in life. I know that when we talk about this, it sounds mean. But people like her rely on the system. They become part of the reason why places like California have to raise taxes on the rich to pay for everyone else. Instead of someone saying, hey, you know, first time you made a mistake. Maybe you shouldn't have even more kids. Well, she did it again. Maybe it's time to say to her, hey, you know what, Octomom, get out there, get a job, and support your family. Californian politicians took the easy way out on her. That's exactly what politicians do. They tell people they're entitled to benefits. If everyone thinks they're entitled to something, what do you think happens? There's more demand, and the system grows and grows and grows until it completely falls apart. And by the way, there are some people that want it that way. That's the fundamental problem with progressives. It is so much easier politically to promote irresponsibility than to stand by and enforce responsibility. I'm going to do this because it's just going to upset you progressives. To quote Ayn Rand, if you own a bottle of milk and give it to your starving child, it's not sacrifice. If you give it to your neighbor's child and let your own die, it is. That's the thing. Responsibility used to be America's mentality. It wasn't right and left, Democrat, Republican. If you mess up, it was on your shoulders to fix it. You can get a little help along the way, but ultimately, it falls on your shoulders, not the government's. Now responsibility is like a foreign word to people. It's become a libertarian principle rather than an American principle. If that's the case, it's another reason why we're right and they're wrong.